Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dio, and this is Limbus Company. Mostly just been doing my dailies, but a new banner did come out, and I also have some new EGOs to show off. So let's go ahead and dive into that. So yeah, we got a few things to show off. Yeah, quite a bit. All right.
정지, 벗어날 수 없다.
All right. Capote, I guess is how you pronounce it. Bear salt. All right. And then we have
자, 이쪽입니다.
Capote Ishmael, as well as the Sinclair announcer. Alright, just making sure I'm not missing anything. I'm doing these one at a time because I'm not sure if they'll skip if I do all. Alright, Heathcliff AEDD. I'll fry you all the way to the heart. Alright. Nothing special here, it's just the Rhoda announcer. And then down here we have
쓸데없는 관심은 필요 없다.
Sunshower Otis, as well as a new, I guess it's a new HUD, and that's everything. Cool. Oh yeah, so yeah, they added all these customizations. Mostly look like just color swaps, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just cancel. Okay. Let's go ahead and do extractions, since we have a few to work with. So yeah, we have the EGO sloshing for Ishmael, and efflorescent EGO Spice Bush for Yisang. And that's all of it. Alright, we'll go ahead and extract. I'll do a paid one first. Okay. And then we'll do extractions.
아, 비웃지 마세요. 저도 좋아서 이딴 걸 입었겠어요?
Alright. Alright, that's all we want. Okie dokie. Sinners. What's this going on about? Oh, new words, I'm assuming. Bull ring this way, attention, discharge. Okay. Alright, I'm guessing I have a new... Yeah, I'll just take care of this so if my clicking would actually work. There we go. Alright, back to this. So, new EGO. So this is a... Oh, I thought this was a... Okay, I thought it was a third tier. I keep getting my stuff mixed up. Alright, so Sunshower. So 221, 222. So before attack, gain 4 poise, which increases crit rate, I believe. Inflicts bind, and on crit it'll burst tremor. Corrosion, of course, does some other junk. Let's go ahead and upgrade this fully first. That's probably smarter. Yeah, it's changing a bunch of stuff. Alright. Okay. So on hit, sinking, on hit, bind, on crit it'll do burst of tremor, as well as inflict even more sinking. And of course it does even more poise now. The passive, after a clash, gain poise. When staggered, gain protection. When recovering from stagger, we get more poise. So not too shabby. So I actually think I'll stick with this one. It is a different sin, but honestly I have not been using this that much, to be honest. So I'm kind of okay with this. So we'll switch over to that. And then Ishmael here has a new EGO as well as a new identity. So yeah, so we have another 10th rank. This one was 1-4. This one is 2-2-1. A little bit better spread. The biggest issue is it has Wrath, which I don't. I guess I have better. I have some Wrath now in the usual party. In any case, let's go ahead and do some thread spinning. Alright, after attack, apply Wrath damage up to all allies, inflicts 4 burn, and target loses 15 sanity. I'm not going to worry about the corrosion. When attacking a target with less than 30% HP, Wrath skills deal plus 20% damage. So, you do not use Wrath. Cosine does use Wrath. 7 Associated does not. You definitely do not. And currently you do not. So for now we'll not use it. I mean, granted, yeah, that should be fine. Alright, and then sloshing. Also, I don't think I've mentioned, but the level cap is now 35. Which, we'll see how this plays first before we mess with anything.
결국 이딴 걸로 인정까지 받는군요. 좋아해야 할지 싫어해야 할지.
Don't laugh, seriously. The sticky green substance was all over the child's body. No, rather than sticking to her, it should be right to call it draped over her. Oh, she has wings. That is a kind of equipment suit, outfit, and tool the child put on of her own volition. That's right, and the now fallen Elcor, or Lobotomy Corporation. In other words, they used to extract a type of tool from abnormalities. By drawing up the innermost core of the abnormality, they made it possible for anyone to use their powers as tools whenever. In Lobotomy Corporation, they made 2 types of such tools, and called them EGO weapons and EGO suits, respectively. Employees managing abnormalities wore them as needed, used them to handle a variety of dangerous situations, and haha, that went on for a bit too long. Seriously, why am I the only one forced to wear this? Can't I put on one of those outfits with the talisman things? Should have picked faster, gal. There are only 3 sets left, so what can we do about it? Reading the documents left here, it says only a limited number of sets could be produced for each. See now? I guess you could say you were destined to put that on, right, sweetheart? Damn it. As there were many kinds of abnormalities, EGO could be extracted in various forms. It looks like this branch only managed a few abnormalities before the burial. Perhaps it was a relatively new one that wasn't authorized for very long. They might not have extracted much EGO because they didn't manage the abnormalities for long enough. So, do we really have to use these to fight on? The child asked, brushing off the slime on her head. That security staff from K-Corps, were they called the Excision staff? I admit they're a pain to deal with, but I'm not sure if we need all this. Don't wanna. If that's the case, go ahead and fight without it then. The child still couldn't erase the unpleasantness from her face, but experiencing its power might have changed her mind a bit. Wow. This weapon looks so heavy, but it could be swung so freely, huh? Hey! Admiring this kind of stuff right in the middle of beating someone down is a bit off-putting, isn't it? I mean, look at this. The child then swings the green blunt instrument horizontally. She wields it with the proficiency of someone who used it for a long time. It hits just right. Let's help ourselves to some wine when we head back. Ugh. The child covers her mouth to stop the sudden outburst of this peculiar manner of speech. Our colleagues laugh at the scene, and the child looks quite humiliated. But they still have yet to know this isn't a mere laughing matter. It gives the feeling that they might realize that in the near future. So, an L Corp, her identity is an L Corp employee that's wearing an EGO. So they also, I guess, they kind of talked about the mechanics from Lobotomy Corporation. As I've probably already mentioned, you can get EGO weapons and suits from abnormalities, but you can only get a certain number of them. I think it's based off rarity, but it might have also been based off specific abnormalities as well. But in general, you can only have up to like 3. It's like it starts out like you can have up to 5 of certain types of like the not so rare types, and then eventually goes down to 3, then 2, then 1, I think. And the talismans, I think, I don't remember what abnormality it was, but I think you can only have up to 3, which was pretty funny. This slime one, like, I don't know about the slime part, but the wings remind me of those the fairies that would devour you if well, they would protect you because they want to protect their meal, and if they find you, doing other stuff, they will devour you, thinking that the meal is running away from them. In any case, passives. If this unit fails to deal HP damage using attack skills in a turn, gain shield equal to 5% of max HP next turn. When one ally with the highest speed burst tremor, they inflict 2 rupture. Okay. And then just standard defense stuff. So, what was that? I can't remember these types. Oop, didn't mean to do that. Get out of this. That's not helpful. Yeah, skip. Thank you. Alright. So yeah, I was trying to look at the types. So we do have Wrath here with Tremor. Tremor. And Burst. And Inflicts Rupture. And it has green as well. So what? Envy, Wrath, and I can't remember this type. Compared to your old type, which is all of these. I think... yeah, I think switching her over might be fine. Yeah, we'll switch her over and level her up. Okay. So yeah, we'll try her out. She does only blood damage. So that's one thing to also note. She still uses guard, which is fine. So yeah, it's not too much different. I don't have to worry about ammo anymore. So I think I'll be okay with that. Anyway. Theater. Alright. Arcor, located in District 18's Nest. With what I've heard about Arcor from its related centers, it seemed a little different from the other wings I know so far. While most wings provide many a convenience by utilizing their singularities to improve their people's quality of life, Arcor mainly deals in armed services like mercenaries. Arcor's power as a wing comes from the quality of its military services. Otis added that as important as a troop size is, much of its strength in battle will come from field experience and mental fortitude. In that sense, she says, Arcor combatants, soldiers, employees, are like killing machines with undaunted spirits on top of being in great health. Gregor said it's common for ordinary soldiers to lose their will to fight and then flee the battlefield or fall into panic, and those who don't are the exceptions. I wonder if Arcor runs war games and simulations or something. Hearing what Arcor's identities have to say, the wing has a team called the Fourth Pack, with subdivisions rabbits, reindeer, and rhinos. The rabbits are all-rounders deployed to a wide range of missions. The reindeer who have surgically gained antlers that convert mental strength into physical force. While I haven't met the rhinos yet, I'm told their specialty is wreaking havoc. W Corps. Located in District 23's Nest, I haven't visited their place yet, but I learned a thing or two about it from conversations with the identities from this wing. W Corps seems to be operating a transit system service advertised as warp trains that take passengers from platform to platform in mere seconds. Tickets for warp trains are apparently pretty costly, and I'm told the first-class ones are plain ridiculous. Shouldn't you just cut costs and drive at that point? Running down additional details I've heard. While cars can take you anywhere, warp trains are preferred because travel by car can get incredibly complicated. Makes sense considering the procedures we went through just to get into K-Corps' nest. Speaking more, it seems the bigger problem is the roads are made inefficiently. They're so twisted and convoluted that it takes an unreasonable amount of time to travel between backstreets areas by car. Even if the linear distance is short, the road to the destination will be labyrinthine. Purportedly, there are wide open roads called highways connecting the nests, but that comes with a set of conditions and cost as well. Learned a shocking fact while talking with centers done up in W Corps' identity. Though they didn't tell me directly, it seems that the trips on warp trains, which take no more than a few minutes from an outsider's perspective, make their passengers perceive a terribly long amount of time, dissolving their sanity and deforming them beyond recognition once the ride is finally over. Then it's the job of the cleanup agents to physically sort out the mess every time. Thank goodness we have a bus. This is all speculation based on conversations with the identities, so I'm planning to keep this information to myself. Alright. The old L Corps used to classify abnormalities into 5 levels. Yuri told us that L Corps graded them based on their energy protection and efficiency. Limbus Company seems to use the same levels to categorize them. I'm just making sure I read the previous ones. However, if you don't stop at just being convinced and get deeply engrossed in that other sense of self, you'll be taken over by what's carrying it. That killed the sinners a good few times and hurt me like hell. So it's probably talking about the corruption thing. Identity uptime. The process of synchronizing an identity with this world using the thread we've gathered. It's how one brought from a different world is tuned to the center in ours. I guess it could be likened to binding the two worlds together. From what I can tell, a freshly extracted identity can't immediately transfer all their knowledge and combat prowess to the center. That's why thread must be used to uptie the identity and make it more effective. I asked if the max uptie status, as shown on the PDA, is really the highest possible tier. I wanted to know if that meant that the center virtually becomes the same as the one from another world. I've been told it's theoretically the case. If an identity brought from a certain point in time of the world from where it was extracted gains more experience, training their combat skills further, for example, a new possibility can occur that allows for additional stages of uptying. I guess that's to mean identities from certain points in time could grow stronger in terms of experience and technique. I asked if events differing from our timeline happen in the worlds from where the identities were extracted as time passes. I've been told that we can't know for sure, and that it doesn't matter anyway. Limbus Company is only interested in enhancing the center's capabilities in battle, so they don't care what happens with the identity or its world as we uptie them. Thread spinning. Similar to uptying, this is a process of making the center's EGO more powerful using thread. though I do wonder why thread spinning and not uptying again. Like identities, the EGO used by the centers are possibly drawn from the cores of certain abnormalities for appropriate individuals. However, using EGO to its full potential requires weaving together a deep understanding and well-read interpretation of the abnormality, which is why it's called thread spinning, sort of like the idiom of spinning yarn. Thread spinning and EGO enriches the comprehension of the abnormality's mental imagery, enhancing its power and effectiveness. EGO seems to be the manifestation of some kind of mental force. I guess it makes sense that forming a thorough knowledge of the abnormality in its EGO is important. While Thread's role in uptying is to connect people between worlds, it seems to work like a wire to unravel the core of the abnormality in thread spinning. Faust says we might be able to thread spin EGO beyond what we're currently capable of in the future. Similar to upgrading and uptying identities, gathering golden bows should allow us to decipher and interpret them in further detail. Upgrading identities. When a center tears this identity training ticket, certain experiences seem to flow into them or the identity they're wearing. These experiences can make them even stronger than how they were in their original worlds at the time of extraction. Well, that's what the relevant theories say, according to Faust. I get that they become better fighters with the added experience, but how does it make them physically stronger too? I got a vague but somewhat sensible answer from Faust and Yi saying, when an identity is upgraded using tickets, the identity's frame itself is enhanced. To summarize their explanations, upgrades exclusively improve their physical traits. The improvements are made in ways that would have worked in the original worlds the identities come from. Additionally, when an identity with prosthesis is upgraded, the materials and components of them seem to get sturdier and whatnot. Either way, upgrades are focused wholly on physical improvements. I asked if it isn't possible to upgrade identities beyond their current maximum level, 30 as of writing, as shown on the PDA. These values seem to be related to the golden bows we're collecting. In addition, I was told that I'd be unable to withstand further upgrades for now. Does that mean it will be possible to upgrade them more at a later point? Come to think of it, if these level ups are only for making their physical body stronger, then why are these things called training tickets? I thought that was covered by upties. So there you go. Bunch of that stuff. Just checking the dispensary real quick. Alright, so we have all that. All that's out of stock. So nothing here that I care about. Alright, so the only thing I'm missing is telephone pole. And you know what? I'm not that worried about it. Okay, I was considering just buying it. I do have plenty of crates to mess with, but I think I'm good. Alright, let's not leave you guys hanging too long. Let's go to here. Talent and genius. Why are these abnormalities in the middle of Kekor's nest? Vergilius seemed to mean it when he said we could return to the bus after we've dealt with this commotion. Passed by frightened crowds, we head to the center of the mess. Alright, so yeah, this will be our team for now.
돈 벌러 가자. 버스 너머로 봤다시피 이곳은 둥지 한복판입니다. 예상치 못한 소동과는 거리가 제일 멀어야 할 장소죠.
As you saw through the bus, we are in the middle of a nest, a place that should be the furthest from unexpected trouble.
아, 그렇다는 건 진기한 소동이라는 뜻인가요?
Would that mean this is a precious commotion? Everyone except drowsy Hong Lu was tensed up, carefully observing what was going on. Is that? Someone was running our way in a hurry from the other side. The civilian was too hurried to look ahead. They bumped into the sinners and fell to the ground.
저기로 가면 안 돼요.
Don't go that way.
자, 안심하시오. 우리는 그대들을 지키기 위해 달려온.
Come now, you may rest easy. We have galloped hither to save innocent lives such as yours, for we are...
영웅 같은 건 아니니까 쓸데없는 말은 하지 마시죠.
We are no such thing as heroes, so please don't say anything unnecessary.
어이, 우린 저 앞으로 가야 돼. 별것도 아닌 걸로 멈춰 세운 거면 엉덩이 찜질 당할 줄 알아라.
Oi, we need to cross here. If you're here to stop us for nothing, then I'll give you a taste of this bat. Looking at Heathcliff's intimidating face and Ishmael's frowned expression in turn, the civilians seemed to take a moment to consider which would be more of a threat. There's something ahead, something that shouldn't be real.
뭔지는 모르겠어요. 처음 보는 것이 다들 소리 지르면서 도망치다가 사람들이 나뒹굴고 불에 타고.
I don't know what it is, or what it was. I've never seen anything like it. Everyone's screaming and running, and then people rolling on the floor and set on fire.
앞에 있던 것이 인간의 형태가 아니었나?
Did the entity you witness have a form that does not represent resemble a human?
네, 맞아요. 맞아요.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
사람이 아닌 것이라면
Then, if it isn't a person, keeping the suspected possibilities in our minds, we headed for the center of the disturbance.
이게 어떻게 된 일이죠?
What's going on here?
그 뒤틀림인지 뭔지일 수도 있는 거 아니야? 치킨집처럼.
It could be a distortion or whatever, no? Like that chicken place? No, that's different. That one is an abnormality, not a distortion. I'm sure of this somehow.
단테 씨가 말씀하신 대로 환상체일 확률이 높습니다. 관리자는 느낄 수 있으니까요.
As Dante suggested, that entity is likely to be an abnormality. Our manager is able to sense it. But then why? Why is an abnormality in the middle of a nest?
파우스트도 보고 받아본 적 없는 현상이네요. 대부분의 로보토미 지부들은 몰락과 동시에 지부 폐쇄를 진행했어요.
It's a phenomenon of which Faust has never been notified. Most lobotomy core facilities were shut down as soon as the wing was dissolved. I was reminded of the site burial Yuri told us about, but I quickly shook off those gloomy memories.
설사 그 사이에 환상체가 탈출을 했더라도 적어도 이번 작전 직전에는 보고가 있었어야 타당해요.
Even if an abnormality did break out in the meantime, there should have been a report informing us of such a fact before this mission.
LCC가 저런 광경을 확인하지 못했을 것이라고 생각하긴 어려우니까요.
It's hard to imagine that the LCC would have been unable to notice if such an event actually occurred.
저기 있는 사람들은 K사 쪽에서 파견된 직원들일까요?
Could they be security staff that get sent by K-Corps?
환상체를 제압하고 있다기보다는 그냥 무참히 짓밟히고 있는데요.
Rather than suppressing the abnormality, they're just getting completely wrecked.
마치 D사지부에서 신나게 쥐어터졌던 우리 모습을 보는 것 같은 걸.
Sort of takes me back to the time when we got beat bad in D-Corps district.
아니, 전에 닭집도 그러더니 K사는 원래 이런 거야? 이제 이런 식의 환영 인사는 사양하고 싶은데.
Come on. First that chicken guy restaurant goes cuckoo, and now this? I'm really over this kind of Nest K welcome. As they complained. Got bloody. Debris created by the rampage abnormality narrowly grazed past us.
뭐해? 얼빠지게 구경만 하고 있다간 우리도 저 새끼들도.
The hell are you doing? Just watching from here won't do us any of us any good.
모조리 곤죽행이라고.
They'll crush us all to a pulp.
단단히 착각하고 있는 모양인데 저기 제정신 아닌 꼬맹이가 매일 짓거리는 헛소리에 세뇌라도 당한 건가?
You're gravely mistaken. Have the insane brats daily ramblings finally managed to brainwash you?
에? 정신 나간 꼬맹이가 어디 있는 곳이오?
Oh, hark! I prithee, who dost thou mean by this insane brat?
길잡이는 분명 소란이 해결된 후에 돌아오라 했지. 우리더러 직접 나서라고 말한 적은 없었다.
The guide only instructed us to return once the commotion has been dealt with. He never ordered us to deal with it ourselves.
아니, 넌 뭘 그렇게 개같이 빙빙 꼬아 생각하는 거냐?
For goodness sake, what's there to be so damn obtuse about?
방금 못 봤어? 내 대가리가 터질 뻔했잖아. 우리한테 뭔 불똥이 튈 줄 알고?
Didn't you see what just happened? They almost blew my head off. Who knows what else will happen if it keeps up?
다 두드려 패버리면 끝날 일을. 뭐, 방석 깔고 구경할까? 치킨 뜯으면서? 어?
This'll be over if we just beat that damn thing down. What else do we got? Parking a seat to keep watching, gobbling some chicken, huh?
임무와 직결되지 않은 싸움에 구태여 목숨을 저당 잡힐 필요는 없다는 말이다.
There's no need to waste our lives on fights unrelated to our missions.
너희 같은 우물들은 느끼지 못했겠지만
I'm sure Filth didn't even realize, but here's the thing.
죽는 횟수가 거듭될수록 전투의 효율도 조금씩 떨어져 간다.
The more you die, the less efficient you become in battle.
겪어본 고통일수록 더 두려워지는 법이니까.
Experience a certain pain will make you learn to fear and avoid it.
하지만 앞에서 사람들이 계속 죽어가고 있는데요.
People are dying over there as we speak, though.
시간은 걸리고 희생은 많겠지만 언젠간 제압을 하겠지. 바로 우리처럼.
Although cost it much time and many lives, they will eventually suppress it, just as we do.
그리고 죽을 때마다 부모나 찾으며 울던 녀석이 몸소 희생을 자처할 줄은 몰랐군.
And I must say, I didn't expect a whining amateur who'd cry out for his parents whenever he died to willingly suggest self-sacrifice.
이제 죽는 것 따위는 우스운가 보지?
Death has become a triviality to you, has it?
수감자들 사이에서 최적의 판단을 내려야 한다면 이자의 말이 맞다.
If we must make the best decision between the sinners, it's right to listen to her. We're not fixers, and we certainly cannot be heroes. Turning the clock obviously hurts whenever I do it, and the pain is something I can never get used to. And yet, we should suppress it. I can't logically explain why, but I feel like we should.
시계 대가리에 너도 똑같은 헛소리를 했다면 시계째로 웃기고 뛰쳐나갔을 거야.
I'd have crushed that clock and run it out there if you gabbled the same rubbish, clock face.
결정이라면 따르겠습니다.
If that is your decision, I will abide by it.
그래 뭐 잘한 선택일 거야.
Yeah, I'm sure you made the right call.
저 그렇게 판단해 주셔서 감사해요.
Hey, thank you for making that decision.
별것도 아닌 일에 쓸데없이 잡생각이 많군 시계. 예술가는 못 되겠어.
You worry too much over little things, Clock. You won't be an artist.
다른 누구도 아닌 당신을 위한 결정이었습니다, 관리자님.
This judgment was made for none other than you, Executive Manager. The sinners walk ahead after leaving me comments. While all the others moved forward, Faust remained and gave me a peculiar stare. What is it? You think my judgment was inefficient?
아니요. 모든 기억을 되찾은 당신이 어떤 반응을 할지 흥미로워서요.
No. I just thought it would be interesting to see how you react once you've reclaimed your memory. Faust's strange statement held me in place for a moment, but I decided I want to deal with the questions that are immediately ahead of me first. Faust, I've been wondering for a while, are you really okay with being treated like this, considering your talent and everything? Someone of her caliber should have no problem enjoying a luxurious life in the city.
파우스트는 괜찮아요. 그리고 인재라는 말은 파우스트에게 적합한 단어는 아닌 것 같군요.
Faust doesn't mind. Additionally, talent feels like the incorrect word to describe Faust.
인재는 다수가 될 수 있지만 파우스트는 다수에 포함되고 싶지 않으니까요.
Many can possess talents, but Faust does not want to be included in the many.
수감자 중에 가장 상식적인 의미의 인재에 대해 논한다면 이상 씨가 있겠네요. 참고로 저는 천재고요.
Among the sinners, if we were looking for a talented individual of the most commonly agreed definition, that would be Yi Sang. For your information, I am a genius. Yi Sang stopped walking behind the other sinners and turns around to face me. Looking again, his eyes actually stare into the emptiness behind me.
그렇지 않소. 나는
I am no such individual.
날개짓을 멈춘 지 오래요.
I have long stopped fluttering my wings.
그러니 재능을 논하는 것은 무용한 짓일 테요, 관리자.
Thus, it would be of no use to discuss my talent, manager. Curiously enough, I find that some centers feel more distant as we spend more time together.
저 날아다니는 기계는 뭐지? 아까부터 거슬려. 110생을 3000번째 하고 있는 중.
What's that flying machine? It's been irking me. Got the SID for the 3000th time.
저건 드론이라 불리는 것이요.
That is a device called a drone.
아, 어쩌면 K사에서 저희를 도와주기 위해 파견한 전투용 드론일지도 모르겠네요. K사는 기술이 평균 수준 이상으로 발전한 둥지 같으니까요.
Oh, they might be combat drones K-Corps sent to help us. The wing seems to be above average in terms of technology.
아니요. 생김새를 보아하니 전투 기능은 따로 마련되어 있진 않아 보여요. 그리고 가운데엔 카메라가 달려있군요.
No, viewing its design, it doesn't appear to be equipped with combat functionalities. It also has a camera at the center.
뭐, 잘 사는 도시에 이런 난장판이 벌어졌는데 카메라들이 몰릴만도 하겠네요.
Well, I guess it makes sense to get a close look at the mess happening in a well-off nest. Abashed, Ishmael mumbled.
우리도 그럼 뉴스라는 거에 나오는 것인가?
Oh, will we be featured on the thing called the news?
그런데 이 드론들 왜
Wait, something's off. Why
시체랑 죽어가는 사람들만 찍고 있는 거예요?
are they only filming corpses and dying people?
뭐 자극적인 쪽으로 시선이 몰리는 건 당연한 일이지 않겠어?
Well, that's the provocative stuff that draws more attention, doesn't it?
이만큼 끔찍한 사고가 일어났다. 뭐 이런 거지 않을까?
Look at this terrible incident and see how morbid it is. Or something like that.
하지만
But,
잠깐 꼬맹이, 앞에!
hold up, kiddo, in front of you.
아무리 봐도 이상하잖아요.
This is definitely weird. Sinclair.
이것 봐요. 왜 저를 계속 찍고 있는 건데요?
Look at this thing. Why does it have its camera glued to me?
난 혼 없는 관객은 좋아하지 않아.
I don't appreciate a soulless audience.
수가 적지 않다. 그리고 이 드론
There's a considerable number of them, and these drones.
환상체가 날뛰는 지역에 접근하지 못하도록 의도적으로 봉쇄를 하고 있는 것 같군.
They appear to be deliberately preventing us from entering the area where the abnormality is.
그럴 리가. 도와주러 온 사람한테 굳이 나서서 방해를.
Can't be. We're here to help, so that they'd have no reason to get in.
하겠어?
Our way, right? Now the drones have started lining up and formed a wall as if to stop us from proceeding any farther.
안녕하십니까. 시민 여러분의 안전을 위해 10m 이상 물러나 주시기를 바랍니다.
Greetings, citizens. Please keep 10 meters of distance for your own safety.
K사의 직원들이 파견되었습니다. 시민 여러분은 안전합니다. 10m 이상 물러나 주시기를 바랍니다.
K-Corps staff has been dispatched. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance.
아니, 그러니까 그 잘난 너네 직원들이 다 뒤져가고 있다니까?
No, look. Your staff is being slaughtered over there. Can't you see?
안녕하십니까. 시민 여러분은 안전합니다. 10m 이상 물러나 주시기를 바랍니다.
Greetings, citizens. Your safety is assured. Please keep 10 meters of distance.
애초에 말이 안 되는 방송이에요. 이런 난장판에서 고작 10m 이상 물러난다고 안전해지겠어요?
The instructions make no sense. What difference is 10 meters going to make in this mess?
쓸데없는 짓거리를 하는구만.
Not going to do us any favors, huh?
고장이 났던 설계가 잘못된 것이든 일단 이놈들을 전부 격추해야 방해 안 받고 환상체한테 붙을 수 있겠어.
Don't know if they're malfunctioning or just badly designed, but we'll have to get rid of all these before we can get to the abnormality. Alright, we get to fight drones. Going a bit over time for this, but that's okay.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Okay, still non-abnormality fight. Unopposed. Oh, because it's evasion. Got it. Dominating. Lots of evasions. Got it.
직접 나서지.
너
방금 거 적들이 뭔가 기분이 좋아 보이는 것
I forgot to
같아.
switch the announcer. I wanted to switch it to a different one. That's okay. Alright, and this is your top move. Okay, let's see how this plays.
가자.
예측대로.
면해져.
Alright,
야호.
vulnerable to piercing.
이기는 편, 우리 편.
I'm just seeing what the types are. Okay, we'll go with that.
가자.
쓰러졌고.
이제 쓸만해져.
Alright.
내 배가 배고파했어. 잘 됐다. 그치?
Alright, doesn't seem too bad.
무슨 맛일까?
대성공이야. 바람 신나. 내가
너, 맛, 취.
알겠어. 야호. 이기는 편, 우리 편.
정화. 활그로.
제대로 찝었군. 자, 한 건 했고.
승객이
Wanted to at least show off the purple move for Rada's new identity. It's actually really good.
이제
And the tremor burst, which is great.
가장 순수한 세상으로.
Alright, I was a little worried there's going to be story bits because I didn't want this to go too long. But it looks like we're good to go for now. Getting suspicious. Drones out of the way. We're dealing with the chaos. They look quite expensive at a glance, and the K-Core logo on them makes me all the more hesitant about destroying them. Are we going to piss off K-Core again? What are these little icons? Sorry, I'm curious. Okay, there's no icons there. Or there. Okay, whatever. I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'm the Depressed Hero. This is Limbus Company. I'll see you guys next time.